kidnapping, bribery, extortion, murder. These are but a few of the charges faced by the notorious Nate Benedict at his arraignment today. Following years of acquittal of all wrongdoing at city, county, and state levels, the reputed outfit kingpin is finally being indicted by a grand jury in what federal prosecutors are calling an airtight case.
That's right, tough guy. Uncle Sam's dishing up justice on the proverbial platter, and this is a dish you can eat without your paid-for politicians and judges you keep in your back pocket.
Frankie, what are you doing, Frankie?
Oh, I'm celebrating. Hey, if it wasn't for us to lead the feds to the evidence, Nate Benedict would have never went down.
Okay, well, I'll celebrate when he's behind bars.
Joe, open your eyes. It's a done deal.
At this very moment, Mr. Benedict is arriving at the courthouse. Mr. Benedict, do you have any statements for the press before your arraignment today?
No comment. I'll give you a comment. This whole business is a travesty. A waste of the taxpayers' money.
It's a hit. They're gonna whack Benedict before he can testify.
No, more like a kidnapping. If it was a hit, Benedict would be dead already.
Joe, what do you think? Joe!
Blew up the van. I can't get past. I'm telling you, the whole thing was a setup. I'm sure of it.
You saw Benedict get in the other car?
Yes, I did.
Wait, here it is.
Frankie, turn it up.
The traffic officer taken hostage during the kidnapping has not yet been found, but Metropol and the county coroner's office confirmed that the charred body removed from the burned-out getaway vehicle has been positively identified as Nate Benedict.
No, he got away. I'm sure of it. I saw him.
The day after tomorrow. A time when criminals rule the city. The only weapon that can stop them needs a driver.
A man without a memory can be supplied with one. After a little cosmetic fine-tuning, he'll be our driver.
Let's initiate changeover.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The most wanted man on wheels is about to change sides. Now, against a corrupt system, a lone fight for justice. Viper is taking back the streets.
Her name is Gloria Jackson. Educator, writer, and a single mom of a 9-year-old.
My father still lives in Mesa Rose, the little town where I grew up.
Mesa Rose, out in the middle of nowhere, 100 miles from nothing. It's a small mining town the interstate bypassed 22 years ago.
Well, several months ago, Dad started sounding senile to me, so I took a sabbatical from teaching to go home and take care of him.
Gloria Jackson's father, Mr. Edwin Fincham, local gas station owner and boarding house proprietor, known to his friends as Finch.
Frankie, why don't you just let it roll so we can find out why you're showing us this?
Joe, this is all pertinent detail. I'm just trying to fill you guys in on the big picture here. Please work with me.
You said you had a lead on a big case.
By making a point of reviewing the data that Metropole marks for discard and disposal, I came across our first clue that gives credence to Joe's theory that Benedict is still among the living. Watch and be amazed, if you will.
My father's eccentric, so when he started raving about some conspiracy in Mesa Rose, I gave it little thought. Until my son and I moved back there.
Miss Jackson, this sounds like it's out of our jurisdiction.
Well, all I'm asking of Metropole is to investigate a company called Neo Vista Development. The corporation records show that they're based out of the city.
We'll need a formal complaint or a specific charge. What is the company doing?
They're taking over. They're systematically buying up the entire town of Mesa Rose and all the land around it.
Lady, buying land is not illegal.
Well, the way they're doing it is. People like my father who refuse to sell are harassed, threatened, and physically bullied. The town has become a hangout for thugs who look like they should be on wanted posters. And the Neo Vista Development executives are even scarier. Last Tuesday, a new one showed up, and
Tuesday, the day after Benedict supposedly was killed.
from the way everyone acts around him, this man is in charge.
Point of interest. This woman is a professor of sociology specializing in urban decay and modern-day mythology. A professional cynic. Not likely to be making this stuff up.
Frankie, just let us see it.
Okay, Julian. Don't get your fender in a bender.
Look, I really can't explain it to you, but I have got a bad feeling about him. He's middle-aged, he wears nice clothes, he drives an expensive car, but he carries himself like a street hood. The thing I noticed first about him were his eyes. The way he looked at me was like some predatory animal.
Now, what does that sound like?
Sounds like I better take a ride out to Mesa Rose.
Look, if you're gonna be that far away, Joe, maybe I'll take this.
What is it? Some kind of new beeper to make sure I phone home?
It's a new utility remote I've been working on. If you're separated from the car, you'll still have a limited ability to operate the Defender. You know, use the probe, the false ally projector, and so forth.
With that thing?
The components are micro-sized and designed to be concealed in this.
Whoa! It looks like a little belt buckle.
Frankie.
You know, Julian, with this technology, we could make $1 million. Think marketability. Tiny toolkits, car alarm controls, TV and stereo remotes. I'm telling you, this is like a Swiss Army knife for the modern age.
Thanks. I think I'll keep my old Swiss Army knife, just in case.
That's a viper. Hey, mister, wait up!
Car trouble?
Yes, officer. It just died on.
Well, you're blocking the road. Move it.
Doesn't seem to be too much traffic around here.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Semis haul through here at 70 miles an hour 10, 15 times a day. They don't expect to encounter no obstructions.
Smack into this fancy little coupe with 40 tons of steel, you'll be left with nothing but a messy red smudge on the asphalt.
Well, she's a little tougher than you might think.
Look, either fix it and move on, or I'll have to write you up.
Mister, you can work on your car in my grandpa's garage. He's got a whole bunch of tools and stuff.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Got it? Start cranking the wheel over. That's good. Good. Now hold her. Steady. There you go.
Yes, sir. You are lucky to have broke down right in front of the only expert, #1 certified mechanic in over 100 miles. I'll just check her out and have you down the road in no time. Get it pumped up here and see if we can locate your problem.
Sir, I don't think you're gonna...
Let's just look under the hood. You know, I used to... Sorry. I used to have one of these.
You had a Viper, Grandpa?
Yeah, well, just as good as. Belonged to a friend of mine. I used to help him work on it. That was, oh, good 10 years ago.
I didn't know they had Vipers back then.
Yeah, sure they did. Only this one was a Ferrari, or maybe it was a Porsche, or maybe it's just one of them souped-up hot rods. But I do know it was red.
Sir, if you'll just let me work here, I think I'll be able to figure out what the trouble is.
Sure, I was right in the middle of working on something else anyhow, so you just make yourself at home and use any of them tools you want to.
I will. I thank you, sir.
Sir, call me Finch. And this is my grandson, Tyler Jackson. TJ, we call him.
Nice to meet you, TJ. Thanks for the help. My name's Joe.
You know, TJ is an artist. Believe me, you should see the pictures he draws.
TJ, I didn't know where you were. You can't just wander off like that.
Oh, Mom, his car broke
I'm sure
down.
this gentleman can take care of himself without enlisting the aid of a little boy.
Gloria, all TJ did was to bring the man into the shop. Yeah, but your mother's right, TJ. You gotta better know next time.
Let's get back to the house. Man, you really scared me. There's a lot of strangers in town.
My daughter, Gloria, we've been having a little trouble lately, and she's been kindly on edge. Well, you need any help, just holler.
I will. Thanks.
Joe?
Hey, I'm here. What'd you find out?
I did a public record search on Neo Vista Development. Dig deep enough and you'll find a whole slew of outfit-connected shareholders. Now, even though it's set up in the city, the company's corporate offices were recently relocated to the Mesa Rose Bank building.
Okay, sounds like a good place to start. Thanks, Julian.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, car phone. My mechanic back in the city. He's trying to help me figure out what's wrong with the car.
Any luck?
He says it's a faulty circuit in the onboard computer, but...
Faulty circuit? That's what I came in here to tell you. You should check your computerized circuitizations before you just assume that it's your basic engine breakdown.
Right. Well, my mechanic says he's gonna have to send me a new part, so I guess I'm stranded till it gets here.
Well, I got a place that's full of rooms. I'll give you the tough break discount on one of the executive suites.
I know who you are. You're that Viper Defender guy, the famous crime fighter, aren't you?
TJ, what did I tell you?
Don't talk to strangers.
And what else did we talk about?
The Viper Defender guy is not real.
Right.
It's just a story.
Because people want to believe there's some superhero out there who'll come along and solve all their problems. And why is that dangerous, TJ? It can be used as an excuse for what?
Not solving our own problems.
Good. Now go to your room. How dare you walk around with a gun in front of a 9-year-old child?
Sorry,
Do you have a permit for that gun?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, sure you do. You know, I am so sick of you people storming through here and...
Wait a minute. You people. What do you think I am?
Don't patronize me. I was born in Mesa Rose, but I have a PhD from Cornell University. So don't try to tell me that you're not just another Neo Vista messenger boy. So what are you offering this time, huh? More money or more threats?
I'm sure you're not going to believe me no matter what I
Well, so
tell
why don't you tell me? Why are you carrying a gun? For protection? I mean, has the world really become such a vile, dangerous place that normal citizens have to carry guns to protect themselves?
I hope not. You have a safe or someplace you can keep this for me?
You can pick this up at the office when you're ready to leave.
It's a conspiracy, damn it. Don't try and tell me it ain't. I ain't blind. I can see, and I ain't dumb. When people even try and tell me that I ain't got enough sense to come in out of the rain, I'll tell you that right now. I ain't gonna put up with it another minute.
Dad, what's wrong?
They got to him, Gloria. They got to Lewis. He wouldn't roll over for him, so they just took him away.
But Dad, I told you not to go out driving by yourself. What happened?
Lewis Kincaid, my oldest friend in all the world. He got a place outside town. I hadn't seen him for a few weeks, so I went to pay him a visit. Those hoodlums are at the gate. Stopped me. They said they were Lewis's new hired help, and for me to just turn around and get out of there because Lewis didn't want to see nobody.
Like my father, Mr. Kincaid is one of the last property owners around here to resist the Neo Vista takeover.
They said they'd run us over with a bulldozer if we didn't sell to them. Well, Lewis suggested where they could take their damn bulldozer and run it. His great-granddaddy built that place. Lewis said, by God, if he ever left there, they'd have to drag him away.
Think that's what they did?
I bet my life on it.
Hey, he makes a lot of noise, but who believed that old coot anyway?
Manny's right. Finch would be crying conspiracies if more than two pigeons got together. He's got nothing.
It's the daughter I'm worried about. She went back to the city last week and filed a formal complaint.
Are people in Metropole burying?
Of course. But next time it could get out of our control. Anybody staying at that hotel tonight?
Just some guy with engine trouble.
Well, this is his unlucky day. The electrical wiring in that dry-rotting old boarding house must be at least 50 years old. Shouldn't take much to make it look like an accident.
Sure is a good thing you woke up when you did. Otherwise, we'd be sifting through ashes. Finch, how old is that fuse box?
What difference does it make? It was working fine till them thugs got their hands on it.
Ma'am, did you see the perpetrator?
No, but Mr. Astor did, like we told you.
He's the only one who did. I got a statement, Chief. 3 men wearing long coats and hoods over their heads to cover their faces.
Miss Jackson, I'm sorry, but I see no evidence of deliberate arson.
You mean you're not going to do anything?
I'll call an insurance investigator to look it over, but as far as I can see, it was a short in your wiring. Excuse me, Finch.
Then how do you account for Mr. Astor getting knocked on the head?
It's obvious the man took a fall.
So scared he tripped over himself.
Knock it off, Rummer. Waking up with a room full of smoke that'd make anybody panic.
Hey, did you check on Lewis?
I drove out there. One of his hired men said Kincaid was away, wouldn't be back till next week.
Somebody got to him, Vance. I know they did.
Finch, ma'am. I know you've had trouble with those roughnecks that hang around the old bank building, but I need proof to lock somebody up.
Mr. Astor told you that he saw...
With all due respect, Miss Jackson, what do you know about this fellow? For all we know, if that fire was set, he could have done it. How do we know his stay here wasn't set up and paid for by Neo Vista Development?
Joe, now's the time to get the Viper. You gotta turn into the Defender and get those guys.
TJ, even if I could, now wouldn't be the time for it.
Why not?
Because there's too many more important things that need to be done around here.
Like what?
Like making sure you got electricity for tonight and ice in the refrigerator.
I know you're not him. I looked at your car again. It's not the real Viper Defender. Yours is just a regular convertible.
I thought that was the idea. I thought the Viper was supposed to just look like a regular car until it's time to go after the bad guys.
Before it changes, it looks sort of like a normal car. But if you look real close, you can tell. Well, I can.
Yeah? How?
Can't tell you that. It's a secret.
Oh,
The Defender guy has to keep his identity a secret.
I've heard that.
Yeah, he drives around in a special Viper car like a regular person. Until he sees a crime.
And it changes.
He transforms into the Defender, which is really something. Then he's indestructible, and his car is made out of bulletproof silver, and is so fast the Defender guy could make it fly if he wants to.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. But he usually doesn't have to, because the Defender can drive over anything. Its tires can grow spikes or get as big as tractor wheels, and it's got hooks that shoot out and catch into stuff. And it's got electro missiles and lasers and, well, some of the stuff I can't tell you about.
Because it's a secret.
Yeah. The Viper Defender guy can do anything. He could even come here and help us. If he wanted to.
Maybe he still will. When the time is right.
TJ, why don't you go see if your grandpa needs some help? Well, it's really nice of you to help out, Mr. Astor, but I'm afraid we can't pay anything.
That's all right. Your dad already gave me the tough break discount on the room.
Look, I hope that my son isn't annoying you. In the city, every time TJ saw a Viper sports car, he'd ask if the driver was the Defender in disguise. I'm afraid since we moved back here that his fascination with that foolishness has gotten worse.
Why do you call it that?
I believe in positive role models, Mr. Astor, not fantasies. A major part of my career has been spent debunking folk tales and urban legends such as that one.
What's so bad about a 9-year-old who wants to believe there's someone out there who's trying to make things better? A lot of what's good in life can't be proven as fact.
A mythical vigilante doesn't fall into that category.
And you want TJ to be a realist?
To survive in the times we live in today, he has to be.
Maybe. But we all need hope.
Howdy, partner. You lost?
Bank's closed.
Yeah, I noticed, from out of town.
No kidding.
Oh.
I just need some extra cash.
Don't we all?
I was looking for a bank machine.
This bank belongs to Neo Vista Development. It's more private, savings and loan. They don't have a cash machine.
As far as I know, there's none around there. If I were you, I'd head on down the road some 90-some miles to the next town.
Yeah, I can't. It's in my car.
Crapped out on you, yeah, we know.
Not much happens in Mesa Rose. Event like that's big news.
You're at Finch's hotel. You know, I'd be afraid to sleep in that decrepit old fire trap.
Oh, yeah, you saw what happened last night. Roof might cave in on you. No telling what could happen.
Hey, have a drink. We'll fill you in on the hazardous situation you might be getting yourself into.
No, thanks. Anytime I take a risk, I prefer to learn about it firsthand.
You telling me you don't want to share a drink with me?
What's the matter, Buckaroo? You afraid of catching something?
You said it.
I guess you'd rather drink from your own separate container, huh?
You better tell that crazy old geezer. You better get a helmet. A whole lot of grief's about to come down on him.
Joe, hold on a minute. I'm not getting very good reception.
That's the video phone. It's an early model.
I'll say. What are you calling from, a museum?
Frankie, we need to get everything we can on the dead body found in Benedict's getaway car. I don't know, Metropole files, the coroner's office. Better yet, see if you can get into the county morgue.
Morgue? Well, that sounds like a fun job. What do you want me to do? Rifle through their pockets, take a few pictures?
No, I want you to get an impression of the dead guy's dental work.
What?
Joe's right. If it's a cover-up, dental records are the only way to prove the body burned in the wreck wasn't Nate Benedict.
Oh, yeah, and Julian, Finch has got a friend who's been missing. His name is Louis Kincaid. See if you can... I gotta go. I'll get back to you.
I'm not going to the morgue.
Mr. Astor, I think I owe you an apology for the way I've been treating you.
Not at all. With the pressure you and your family have been under, you have every right to be suspicious of strangers.
TJ told me what happened with those creeps over at the old bank building. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I've been through worse.
To be pushed like that and then just walk away. Not a lot of men would have had the strength of character to do that.
He's a coward.
TJ?
Well, he is. He just ran away.
TJ, you're being rude. Well, we talked about this. Mr. Astor was being non-confrontational. He's to be commended for that. Nothing's ever solved by fighting.
Oh, what do you know? You don't know anything.
TJ, don't... TJ, get back here! I'm sorry. He's not usually like this.
Hey, TJ, what you drawing? You see?
Nope.
You know those guys today? They've been giving you a hard time for a while, huh?
They do mean stuff all the time. Make fun of my grandpa. Say awful things to my mom. I just hate them.
I don't like them much either.
Didn't you want to hit him?
Yeah, I did.
And why didn't you?
It wasn't the right time. They were trying to get me to fight. I mean, it's what they wanted. Why should I give them what they want?
You mean you'd fight if you could be the one to pick one to start it?
I mean, nobody should be able to force you into doing something you don't want to do.
You're just like my mom. First she says, stand up for yourself, and then she says, don't fight. I don't get it. Sometimes you have to fight.
I think your mom knows that, TJ. As far as I can see, she's about as tough as they come. Your grandpa, too. They've been standing tall against some pretty big odds.
Yeah. Come on.
No, I can't. Enough. Hey.
Well, look who's out walking around the dark. Ain't that kind of a scary thing to do?
What's the matter, buddy? You lost again?
No, I know exactly where I am. Do you?
What the hell kind of question is that?
One that you won't be able to answer, punk.
Fresher breath, sweeter dreams. Now we can share that drink. If your boss doesn't mind you drinking on the job.
Who are you, Mr. Astor?
Just someone trying to find the truth about Neo Vista Development, that's all.
A private investigator?
Very private. Did you follow me?
I'm afraid I still had my doubts about who you were working for. When I noticed you weren't in your room, I thought you might be secretly meeting with the Neo Vista people.
So you came here.
I saw you breaking in. What happened to those men outside?
I'll be asleep for about 10 more minutes. So I gotta find what I'm looking for and get out of here quick.
Something to get the police to open an investigation?
Something to prove that a gangster under federal indictment faked his own death and is now running this company. Falsified documents, financial records, whatever.
Records at the university sociology department were stored on microdisc. Building permits, golf course and swimming pool contractors, liquor and gaming licenses. When Neo Vista first moved in with their talk of hotels and casinos, everybody in town got excited thinking we'd be another Las Vegas. But instead of revitalizing the community, they bought everybody out and killed it.
What is this?
Reservation deposits. There was no room for the locals. Neo Vista's turning the entire area into a private resort, catering to a select group of very wealthy clientele.
Can you make a copy of that?
Sure. What'd we find?
That's a select clientele, all right. This reservation list reads like a who's who in international fugitives.
They're turning Mesa Rose into a haven for criminals?
Let's trip the backup alarm.
Well, I haven't read the disc copy yet.
I'll be right back.
You're not much of a bank robber, Astor. You left the door open. Come on, real slow. Thought I'd seen you before. Must have been on a wanted poster. You faked that little breakdown just to case out our bank?
Joke's on you, mister. There's no money in there. Land Development Company owns it now. This old bank isn't even open to the public anymore.
Come on.
See if those guys need medical attention. Then check around inside the building, make sure this amateur didn't break anything. Let's go. In the truck. There's a lot of history inside these walls. Story is Butch Cassidy once slept here. Shame that company has to knock it down.
That won't have to happen if you just listen to me for a second. I wasn't in that office looking for money.
Don't tell me. This is about Neo Vista Development, right?
That's right. I have proof that they plan to turn this entire area into a glorified safe house for criminals from all over the world.
Old Finch and his professor daughter has really sucked you into their paranoia.
Look, just make a call to the federal authorities and have them get in there with a warrant.
I got a better idea. Why don't I make myself a pot of hot coffee? Then we'll see what Mr. Benedict wants us to do with you.
All they can charge Mr. Astor with is breaking and entering. Maybe Vance have let us post bail.
Let's bust him out, Mom.
TJ, I'm going over there. I've got to see if there's a way we can help him.
I'm going with you.
Yeah, you go on. I got something I need to do.
Okay.
Joe, you got out.
TJ.
Man, look at those bars.
Let's get out of here. Let's go. Go.
Call Benedict. He's driving in from the old Kincaid place.
Hey, wake up. You get a visit from the boss. What do you have to say about that? I'm talking to you. You need me to help open your ears? Hey, wake up!
Won't they notice you're missing?
Well, hopefully not for a while.
Joe, how'd you get out, really?
I told you, TJ, the jail was so old the bars were rusted loose around the edges, so I just...
I ain't buying it, Joe. I touched the bars where they were cut and they were hot, like they were melted by a laser. Who do we know has a laser? It's all right, you can tell me.
As long as it's between us.
I knew it! It was him! Joe, what's he look like?
Huh?
The Defender guy, when he came to rescue, didn't you see him? You see his car and his stuff and...
Mr. Astor has to go now, TJ.
What do you mean he was here? Where is he now?
He just disappeared. Those bars were cut clean through. You didn't hear anything?
Mr. Benedict, he couldn't have gone very far.
You better make sure he hasn't. Because if he isn't dead soon, you will be. I want this town sealed off. Now.
I tried, but I couldn't get it to work for me neither.
You tried what?
To fix it. This computer circuit you showed me. And that new part your mechanic sent out from the city, well, it never got here. And Gloria told me how important it is that you get all this evidence into the city. I knew you couldn't make it very fast in my old truck.
It's a cover-up, all right, Julian. The outfit's got their hooks into Metropole a lot deeper than we thought.
The coroner's office?
The morgue, my friend. Hey, poking around dead people in the dark, not my idea of having a good time.
You got the dental impressions?
Oh, yeah. And you owe me lunch on account I lost mine. I also got photocopies, and I ran a computer search on the dental records, and guess what? It's a match for Louis Kincaid. You know the guy Joe was talking about? Not Nate Benedict. You better call him right away.
We can't. The phone lines are down at his hotel, and I get no readings at all from the Defender.
You lost contact with Joe?
Benedict, you got the phone lines. Castor and Finch are working on his car. The old man's daughter and the kid just brought him breakfast.
They're all in there. Good. Be light soon. Let's go make sure none of them gets out. Sun's up. We've given them enough time.
Come on out, Astor. We don't want anyone hurt.
What's going on out there?
Somehow everyone feels safer in here.
Mr. Vincent, Miss Jackson, you're harboring a fugitive.
Ain't gonna work, Vance. We know who the real fugitives are.
Too late, Benedict. I already uploaded all your Neo Vista files to the FBI and the U.S. Marshal's office. They're on their way here now.
You're bluffing.
You think so? I had plenty of time to play with your computer before Vance showed up. Somebody in your office keeps real good records. Just something for you to think about, Benedict.
Don't worry, TJ. I'm not. Everything's gonna be okay, isn't it, Joe?
Should be fine, TJ.
Hey, they're moving in.
What is it, Grandpa?
All right. Let's show them we mean business.
TJ! Get down!
Mom will be okay. She's got a little bump on her head.
You sure?
All right. Listen up. All right. That's something for you to think about, Astor.
Here, how do you feel?
Oh, dizzy.
Stay still. Don't try to move.
Who the hell is that?
It's him! The Defender!
Not quite.
Is he gonna need help to get through there?
I think he needs all the help he can get. Take care of your mom. I'll open the doors. You distract Benedict.
Fred can't help you, Astor. He's gonna die with you.
Can I tell you something? I planned on taking my vehicle out to a nice empty stretch of road just to blow out the car, but this is ridiculous.
Hey, Joe.
Hope you brought your tool, kid.
24-hour road service. Try it.
You're a genius. DJ, we're gonna open the doors now. You better go back there with your mom.
Joe! He's the Defender!
Want a showdown? You got it.
Get in the car. Come on.
Away, boys. A little speed bump. Welcome to Mesa Rose.
Wow!
of here and call the marshals.
What can I say? Thank you.
No problem.
See you a little later.
Joe, wouldn't you like us to follow you back, to make sure everything is running okay? Better yet, I could drive the Viper and you could drive this.
Frankie.
Okay, it was just a thought.
Mom, you should have seen it. Bullets were bouncing off and he was using this missile launcher and...
Mr. Astor's car? TJ, you mean the police, don't you?
No, Mom, it was Joe.
Yes, sir. He done it all by himself before the police even got here.
Dad, you're even worse than TJ. We can thank Mr. Astor for his extraordinary help without exaggerating.
Mom, don't you get it? Joe's the... You're right, Mom. I don't have to exaggerate. Joe's a real hero.
Yeah, I suppose we do need heroes. All of us.
Joe, when you're fighting the bad guys, if you need any help, you know you can call me.
Thanks, TJ. I will. But you take care of your family, okay? They're a good one.